Hi guys, my name is Catherine and welcome to my channel. This is my first video on this channel, and this channel is mainly gonna be for the Disney College Program. Yes, I'm so excited. I will be going to the Disney College Program in just a few weeks now, in mid-January, and I'm gonna be living down there for 4 months, and I'm so excited. So I decided I really wanted to do a vlog for my Disney experience because I had always wanted to be on YouTube and work with YouTube somehow. I actually made videos when I was younger, like 12 years old, with my cousin, and I mean, they were so dumb, they were so silly, but being a performer, which I am, YouTube seems so interesting and amazing to us. Like it's something that is perfect for what I want to go into. So I thought, oh, this is the perfect chance for me to start a channel and just show my Disney College Program experience, and then hopefully from there I will continue this YouTube channel and just showcase a bunch of other stuff, whatever I want, honestly. I'm a singer, dancer, actress, so I would love to do skits on here, maybe some covers of songs. I don't know. We'll just kind of see where the channel goes. So yeah. So today I just wanted to talk to you guys about my Disney College Program experience, starting with the application process and the interviews and everything that goes into it, to the audition for being a character performer and all that stuff. So let's get into the video, okay? So, sorry, I have a piece of paper here just so I have some notes to make sure I keep on track. But, so basically, I had heard about the Disney College Program before, and I never really considered it that strongly until this year. I went to a university for 2 years in Missouri, which was far away from my home, and I liked it, but I decided that it wasn't for me, and I had some family issues going on, so I decided to come back home this semester 2016. So I came back home May of 2016, and I was taking classes at my community college, and then this whole past semester I took classes there, and I was thinking about it, and I was like, I know that there's something else out there for me. And then I had heard about people talking about the Disney College Program and how the applications were coming out, and I was like, oh my gosh, I know people that have done it, I know people who are doing it, and I've heard about it, but I don't know that much information. So I researched it more, and I found out that you can audition and be a character performer. And when I found that out, I was set. I knew I wanted to do it because I've always wanted to work for Disney, but I didn't want to just be working in a kitchen or working in a store selling merchandise. Of course, that would be amazing. And anyone who does that, that is no offense to anyone doing the Disney College Program that's doing that. That is so amazing, and I'm so excited for everyone. But I knew as an actress and as a dancer and a singer that I definitely wanted to be a character performer for Disney. That's just a dream, you know, to be one of those performers that makes those kids' eyes light up. That's something that I've always wanted to do. So I decided to apply. So the applications actually came out August 15th, and I applied late in the game. I didn't end up applying until end of September 25th to be exact. So that's pretty late. Most kids were blowing up the Facebook page and applying like that the day it came out or the next day, that whole week. Everyone was very adamant about it. So I actually ended up applying late in the game because I was still deciding if I wanted to do it or not. So I did apply pretty late. So I was nervous that I wasn't going to have as good of a chance, but I did it anyway. I went for it. So I applied on the September 25th, and what that entails is just an application. So on the application, it's just your name, some info about you. You can rank like what roles you wanted to do. And for me, my top 3 roles, 1, of course, was character performer. 2 was character attendant, and those are people who help out the character performers. And then 3 was Bippity Boppity Boutique, which are the hairstylists and makeup fairies that dress up the little girls to look like princesses, and I think that's so adorable, and I love hair and makeup. As you guys will see throughout these next few videos, you'll definitely be able to tell. But so, of course, number 1 was character performer. And even if I didn't get character performer, I wasn't sure if I was going to do it. Originally, I was like, okay, I'm going to audition, and if I don't get it, then I won't go. But as I was going more into the process, I realized I love this. I want to work at Disney. Obviously, I want to be a performer there. But I realized even if I didn't get the character performer, I wanted to be involved with Disney just somehow, you know? So back to the story. I applied September 25th, the application. It was a simple, short application, took maybe 5 minutes, and right away I got an email. And I had heard that you will get an email putting you in submission, which means you're kind of playing a waiting game, or you'll get an email back that says you are now moving on to the web-based interview, which I got to move on to the web-based interview, which is really exciting. So I did not take the web-based interview right away. I waited 2 days, and I took it on September 27th. Yeah. And it took me probably about 30 minutes. It's just like any other web-based interview. What you do is you answer a bunch of questions. The questions were timed, which is kind of stressful. So they were like, you only have 50 seconds to answer this question or 20 seconds to answer the question. So that was a little bit stressful, but got through it. I just kept in mind that I needed to be honest, because they're just questions about how do you like working in fast-paced environments, what's your personality like, things like that, just because they needed to get to know you and see if you're the right fit for Disney. So I just kept reminding myself, okay, just be honest, answer how you would answer, and if that's what they are looking for, then that's what they're looking for. And luckily enough, they were. So right after I finished the web-based interview, I got an email that said, congratulations, you're moving on to the next step. You have a lot of the criteria that we're looking for in a Disney cast member. So then they said next step is a phone interview. So I had to schedule my phone interview, which I ended up scheduling for September 30th, so 3 days later. I had heard in the past, actually, for some phone interviews, they had to schedule them 2 weeks in advance because they were just so built up with so many people. So I guess it was kind of good for me that I applied so late, that everything was closer together, and I felt like I wasn't waiting time out and it wasn't awkward. It felt like I was still in that Disney mode. So September 30th, that day, I scheduled my interview for I think maybe 8 or 8:15 at night, not in the morning. So I had all day to prepare. I had a very relaxed day that day. I remember before the interview I watched Tarzan because that's my favorite Disney movie, and I listened to music, and I had like things around me that reminded me of Disney. I had my Mickey ears on, and I was just really getting into the vibes and the mode of, okay, Disney. So my phone interview went really, really great. It was about 25-30 minutes, I think. My interviewer's name was Emily. She was so sweet. She had a lot of information for me, especially since I told her I was really wanting to be a character performer. She gave me so much information about that whole audition and what the process was going to be like, and she was really helpful. So she asked me questions about some of the roles, not all of them. She asked me about Bippity Boppity Boutique and a little bit about Character Attendant, and then a few others were I can't remember what the actual role is called, but assisting in the hotels. That was one of them that I had put down that I was thinking maybe, so she asked me about that. And then surprisingly enough, she asked me about quick service food and beverage, which I put at a very low number. So I was surprised about that, but she asked me about that. One sec, what else? Let's see. She asked me questions like, what would I do in a situation, like a dangerous situation, or like if a kid was crying or something like that. She also asked about my experiences with my past jobs, because I work at a boutique here at home, and then I also worked for a Princess Party program here in Chicago, and then also at my old school in Springfield, Missouri. So I talked a lot about that and my experiences that I've learned from that and how that's going to help me for the Disney College program. And she asked me like questions that were obvious, like, why do you want to do the Disney College program? How is this going to help you in the future? Stuff like that. So we went over pretty much everything. It was a really great interview. Oh, I almost forgot. So she ended up calling a little late, which is fine. They said they could call 15 minutes ahead or 15 minutes behind your schedule. So I was prepared for that, but she called my cell phone, and I answered and I was like, hello, 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 and no one was answering. So then she hung up and then she called my house phone. So I ran to my house phone. I was freaking out a little bit and I answered and she's like, hi, my name's Emily. We had some trouble with your cell phone. And I was like, yeah, I answered, but I didn't hear you guys back. And she said, okay, great. Do you want us to call you back on the cell phone? And I was like, yeah, please, that'd be great, because our landline has a cord. So I was like, I didn't want to have to deal with a cord. So we had a little bit of trouble in the beginning, but it was fine. That stressed me out, of course, but it ended up being fine. Everything went well. It was a really good interview. I felt really good about it and I was really excited. So then, of course, I play a waiting game after that. I waited a few weeks and then, I'm skipping ahead. 2 days later, on October 2nd, is when I had my audition. So you only audition if you're going in as a possible character performer. All the other positions, so custodial, quick service, merchandise, all that stuff, you don't have to do any kinds of audition, of course. Like, there's nothing to audition for that. So, but for that character performer, you do have to go audition. So I took a train downtown and I had my audition at Hubbard Street Dance in Chicago. And there were probably about 200 to 300 people there. So there were a lot of people. It was one of their biggest auditions, they had said on the phone a few days ago. So I was definitely a little nervous. My number, I have it, I think I was 109 or something like that. So something in the hundreds, I'm pretty sure. So that was exciting. Actually, I might have it right here. Oh, no, I have it right here. Hold on. 129. See, here we go. 129. I kept it because, memories. For the memes. Anyways, so 129 was my number. I met a few girls there that were really awesome. They were so nice, and I had just a generally really good time. The check-in time started at 10 and the audition started at 10:30. I got there at 10, the check-in time, and they were closing my door. So they separated us into a few different rooms, but I just made it at the very end into the first room. So that was kind of crazy how that worked out. But so they kind of just explained stuff for us, gave us some forms to fill out, and then they started off with a really, really simple dance routine. Now keep in mind, I'm a dancer, so for me it was very very easy. So we did that, and they were having an elimination round after that. So we learned that, did it for them, they took notes, and then they cut out at least half, if not more. Oh, sorry, my phone went off. They cut off at least half, if not more, of the contestants that were there. So that was a little scary, but I made it through, so that's really exciting. I made it through to the next round. So after that, they didn't have any other cuts. So I felt good as to know that I had a better chance now of getting a character performer. So after this, we had more forms to fill out, and they also took pictures of us from the chest up, and then they also did our height in Disney height, how it's very different. And yeah, so that was cool. And then we learned a harder dance after that, which for me, it was still, I'm not going to say, it was so easy for me. And don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to brag and be like, I'm an amazing dancer. Everything was so easy for me. But this was a harder dance. There were kicks. But I wasn't stressed about the moves, about getting the moves right. I was just making sure I was having fun, making sure I had the memorization down. So it was really exciting. It was to the song Me Too. So that was fun. It was very sassy, and I love sassy dances. That's my favorite kind, so I was really into it. And then after we learned that, we went to go over an Imagineer section. So what they had us do is since Halloween was soon, they had us pretend that we were evil villains and we were making a potion and turning ourselves into something. So the beginning of the creation was us making the potion, and then us drinking or sniffing the potion or whatever we were doing, and then turning into that creature that we were trying to make. So I was an evil old hag, kind of like in Snow White, making a potion in a cauldron, and I took the drink, and then I turned into a evil cat. It was so fun, like an evil kitty cat. So it was kind of playful, but also really fun and really exciting. So they had us go over that, and they explained how that worked. So then they divided us up into groups by height. So since I'm very short, I'm 5 foot, I of course was in the first group, which was a little stressful, but I was excited to get it done and get it over with almost. So they brought us into the room in our sections, height by height, and I think there were 6 of us in my group, or 4 or 6. And they had us do the dance twice, I think, and then they had us do our Imagineer creation. So then they had us line up in a line, and some of us they asked to stay for a longer period of time, and some were allowed to leave. But just because you were asked to leave didn't mean that you wouldn't still get the position. So I was asked to stay, which was really exciting. So I got a sheet of paper that just said we're asking you to stay, and it gave us information about afterwards, like how long you're going to have to wait until you find out and all that stuff. So since I was in the first group, I had to wait for a bunch of other groups to go, so it was a big waiting game for a while. But then after that, they called me in with only 2 other girls, which was kind of cool, but very nerve-wracking. And they had us do the dance a bunch more times, which was really fun because I knew that meant that they were considering me for a parade performer, which was really exciting because I would love to dance in the parades. I think it would be so amazing. But the first time we went through the dance, there is a left kick, batma at the end, and my right leg gave out on me, and I dropped to the floor and smacked my butt on the floor. So that was really scary, but I just got up right away, and I just acted like nothing happened, and honestly, it was fine. Like, I was freaking out for a little bit, but I think it was fine, and I think it showed how professional I was. So, I hope. So, that was how my audition went. So after they had us do it a few times, then I was allowed to leave. So that was really exciting. I stayed till the end. I did the dance for them. I felt like I did a good job. I felt proud of myself. So then again, it was another waiting game. So then about 2 weeks later, on October 13th, I was in the car with my mom picking up Chinese food, and I screamed at the top of my lungs because I opened my email and I had a notification that said I had gotten a position with Walt Disney World. Yay! Oh, I was so excited. I read on and I opened the extra paperwork, and it said, as of right now, my position was quick service food and beverage. So of course that wasn't the position that I wanted the most, but I was excited just to be a part of the Disney College program family. So that was really awesome. I just felt so excited. My dad was kind of like, oh, are you going to want to flip burgers? I'm like, I'm just excited to be a part of Disney. It's going to be so great, Dad. But so, yeah. I still had hopes, though, of course, because I knew that character performer positions were not given out yet. They were still kind of figuring that out since we had just had the auditions. So I was still playing the waiting game with that. I had about 7 days to accept my offer, so I waited a few days and made sure, like, okay, like maybe I'll get the character performer thing, I don't know. But I just waited it out a bit, talked about it with my parents, and I decided even if I didn't get character performer, I was going to go to Disney and I was going to work in the food service. So on October 18th is when I filed all my paperwork and I was ready to go. And then 3 days later, on October 21st, I got an email of my role change, and it said, congratulations, you are now a character performer. Oh my god, I was so excited. I started crying. I was so happy. So basically what happened there is, since I had already paid, everything was good. They had just switched my role. Everything had changed to character performer. So that was really exciting. I'm so excited for this ride. I feel like I'm talking so fast and I'm so like hyper about this, and I hope you guys can understand what I'm saying and everything's coming out all right, but I'm just really excited about this new journey that I'm about to go on. I'm so excited to be in warm weather in January because I live in Chicago and it's freezing here right now, so I can't wait to enjoy that warm weather. I can't wait to be back in Disney. I haven't been in Disney World in 10 years, so I'm excited to see everything that they've done to it, everything they've added. Disney is such a huge part of my life since I was a baby, and I just can't wait to spend these next 4 months there. So I'm over the moon about all of this. My dates are January 17th to May 18th. So if you want to come visit, I'll be there. I'll give you the hookup. Maybe I can get you free passes. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We can hang. I don't know. It'd be so fun. But I just can't wait. I'm so excited for this experience, and I can't wait to network, and I really hope this leads to more opportunities with Disney, maybe some long-term opportunities. I'm just really excited, and I'm hopeful of what's going to come of this amazing Disney College experience. So definitely stay tuned, because I'm going to be posting videos on this channel as much as I possibly can. I know I'm going to be so busy with working, and then I'm also taking 2 online classes, so I'm going to be very busy. But I can't wait to share all my videos with you. Most of the videos on this channel will be vlog videos, but these first few are definitely going to be me just talking to the camera like this, because I'm just going to update you guys on what's happening, some information that I want to give you. I'm going to have a good amount of videos coming out in January, just because I want to get some out there, and I'm just really excited to share this with you guys. I just can't wait. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm literally beaming about this experience. Thank you so much for watching, you guys, and I can't wait to see what comes of this. Have a magical day. Bye.